Greetings programs, welcome to this guide for everything you need to know about Dreadmyst before you brick your character. Heed my warning, ladies and gentlemen, these are things you do not want to skip out. Let us start with your stats. So you log into the game, you pick a character, you're leveling up, you get to a high enough level, and then you realize, oh shit, I can't equip some of the armor. And you go into the main town and you have a look at some of the armor. Let's say cloth armor. You can see this is all grayed out for me. At the bottom it'll tell you the requirements for the armor. And this is all linked to what your stats are. Now, if you're a cleric, for example, you can wear heavy armor. You can do it if you really want. But you're going to have to invest in a lot of strength in order to do that, and it's probably not going to work out because intelligence and willpower are probably a better choice for a cleric. So just be aware of your stats and your armor requirements. Rather just go for the minimum armor requirements for what you can wear so that you don't break your character and you get more important stats for your character, which is far more beneficial for you going into the end game. So bear that in mind. You can respec. It is 500,000 gold because the priests are greedy as shit. So just be aware of that before you break your character. Be aware of the stats and the armor requirements. Okay, loot. Something I think you need to be aware of when you're leveling up is you don't need to collect all the gray shit that drops on the ground. When you're leveling up, just collect items, okay? Just grab all the items that drop and sell the items. It's gonna save you a lot of pain and frustration, okay? Because your inventory can get filled very, very quickly. You know, and your bank as well can also get filled very, very quickly. So just collect your gems, okay? Your orbs and any items that drop to sell, okay? Because items will sell for a hell of a lot more than the gray little junk items. Do not pick up the junk items, okay? Trust me on this. But make sure you collect and keep all of your gems, okay? And all of your orbs, so that you can use the transmutation when you get later into the end game. So for the transmogrifier, I'm going to show you how to just do the transmogrifying. In fact, it's really not complicated. You can only do a couple of things here. You can only transmogrify your gems and your orbs. So if I want to turn greater accessory orbs into major accessory orbs, I need 5 in order to upgrade to a major. And the same goes for every other orb. So 5 greater weapon orbs will turn into 1 major weapon orb. The same goes for the very least version of them. 5 minor orbs turn into 1 lesser orbs. 5 lesser orbs turn into 1 greater orb. 5 greater orbs turn into 1 major orb. Now if you want to make divines, you can do that, but it costs a hell of a lot of money. You got to browse, you got to look at some of these to make, that's you basically need 1.3 million gold in order to transmute a divine, which is 5 of the majors and that actual loot piece, that major treasury gold. Okay, you go to the transmuter, put that gold thing in there, put the 5 majors, and it'll transmute into a divine. It's a lot of money, okay? But we're gonna be talking more about the grind right now, okay? The grind, all right. So you get to level 25, you're trying to decide what the hell do I need to do? Well, there's a lot of different ways to make gold. I can tell you right now, you'll get into the town and you'll see all the spam, as you can see down at the bottom left here. You see all the spam of people trying to sell their gear. Don't worry about that. You'll never. It's very rare that you are gonna sell this gear. I promise you right now. You may get lucky that you could sell some of this gear that these people are all trying to sell. I've noticed the prices on the gear have actually dropped quite a lot, but you can see here some guys trying to sell this for 2.5 million gold. No one's gonna buy that. It doesn't even have a bonus on it. 2.5 million gold. I'm telling you, no one is gonna spend money on that. The best way to make gold in this game, unfortunately, it requires a grind, but you want to go to Kandori's castle, right? And you want to farm barracks keys, right? once you have barracks keys, you can either sell them or run the barracks. Okay, so you can either run the barracks or you could sell the keys. The keys sell between 30 and 35k. So if you farm enough, now look, the drop rate can vary. I've gone to Kandori's castle and tried to farm those keys, and for God's sake, I've killed 3,000 mobs and 1 key is dropped. Then I've switched zones and killed 3 mobs and I've dropped 3 keys. So the loot, the drop rate is very dependent on your luck. But like I say, these are the keys to the barracks. You need to farm them as much as possible. If you want to run the dungeon, here in Kandori's, it's the waypoint that drops here. If you want to find the barracks, follow my mouse cursor. The waypoint is about here somewhere. All you need to do is run up the back here, through these trees, right? And you will find the barracks round about here somewhere. Okay. It's a back little section to the Hall of Kandori's castle. Okay, so go to the waypoint for Kandori's and then up all the way at the back here. Don't go behind. There's like a little gap here in the walls. Just go through those gaps and you will find the barracks at the wall here. Okay. Run the barracks and you will then find a depleted key when you finish the dungeon. Okay. And those can also sell for about 50 to 65k each. Again, when you're grinding here, don't worry about the lesser weapons, the elite ones. There's a chance that they can drop some decent gear, but it's not really worth it. You are only focusing on the keys to the barracks. That is your main goal there. So you try and farm as hard as possible. Look, the zone is always contested, so you got to fight. You got to fight for your loot. Okay, keep changing zones. If there's PvP is there, move. Like I say, the top here is all PvP. The bottom zone is all PvE. But this is heavily contested, and if you do get a group of PvPs in here, good luck, because there will always be 2 to 4 players nuking the shit out of people. Okay, so just be aware of that. Yes, that's it for the loot. I think that's it for the tips and tricks. If you do have any questions, please let me know, because I'm happy to answer anything you need. I do have quite a few hours into the game, and I will help you wherever you need. Thank you very much. Love and peace. Bye!